Hi, Anthony here from West Coast Custom Concrete. Today's video will be in Placentia, California, doing some runways. I've been, as they say, broadening my horizons. I've been negotiating for paid advertisements on here and a bunch of other stuff going on. And when I started this channel, I didn't even know how the channel worked. I didn't even know what monetization was. I didn't know. I thought it was a big deal if 100 people watched the video. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't expect. The reason I started it was for my girls to see what I did and who I was. I didn't look for money or advertisement. I had no idea like Popular Mechanics and all these accolades I was going to get. I just wanted to show them because it was important to me because I was kind of an older dad when I had kids and I wanted to show them who they came from. And when they were little, I was pretty well off. And then I hit when they came to an age of consciousness where they knew what was going on, is when I flatlined and they saw me like that. And it bothered me a lot because it happened to me as a kid because I didn't have a mom and dad. I was adopted. So for me, it was a big deal for them to see who I was and where they came from and what their pedigree was. It was important to me. So I started this channel for that reason. I didn't do it for to make money. I didn't know that you could make money off YouTube. I didn't know what monetization was. So I just wanted to put it up there and show them as I went. And I had no idea it was going to go to where it was going to go. And how many people are going to call me on a daily basis and how many people some of these videos touched. It was quite shocking to me. It was flattering, actually. But one thing I learned early on when I was doing this, you can be an influence on this and you have an obligation not to mislead people and to put them in the right direction and to show them what you can and can't do. I mean, obviously, I can do this stuff blindfolded. It's not no big deal, but the message behind it is to get to the point where I got to do this was walking through hell to get to where I was at. That's the message. If you don't quit, you can just keep going with what you're doing and you'll get to where you're going. Because I didn't just learn this stuff and it all worked out perfect for me. That's the message of my YouTube channel of what I did. It's not I'm the best, or I can do this, or I could do that. I mean, I could do it blindfolded. Like I said, it's absolutely nothing to me. But the message I want to portray is how you got there. That's where it's at. So just keep doing what you're doing. But that's why I started it. I had no idea where it was going to go or what we were going to do. I just wanted to share that. And another reason why I slowed it down, it went really fast and it blew up. And I wasn't ready for the recognition and people noticing me and calling me nonstop. I didn't sign up for that. I didn't really know that was going to be part of it. I thought a few people would watch it and go nowhere, and it was for my kids. And I had to evaluate what was going on, and my head was like spinning. Like, whoa, I'm in Home Depot, and people are hitting me up. Oh, this and that. So I had to figure all this out and let it sit for a couple of weeks, couple of months, so I could see where I want to go and what I want to do with it. And then people are calling me, want to advertise on my channel and interview me on other YouTube channels. And I don't know the going rate of it. I don't know what you charge to have people advertise. So I had to look into that. And people from Amazon Prime called me, and I don't know what's going on there and where you go from that. So it was just overwhelming. I mean, if you've heard this story, I started as homeless, addicted to prescription pills. So the first 4 or 5 videos I actually did on here, I didn't even know if I was coming or going. So I mean, to call me and ask me this kind of stuff, I have to stop and take a break and think about it. So that's what's been going on. Why I just slowed it down so I can just let the dust settle and see where it stands. And then when I'm mentally ready to do it, I'll just start putting them up. When I'm confident in what I'm doing, it'll turn into whatever you do will manifest into as big as you want it to go up into. But one thing I did with this, I never want to charge anyone. I never say like and subscribe. I never sell anything on it. It's just a video I hope somebody learns something from, and my kids see it. That was the main reason. And then from there, it's all good, whatever you get out of it. Hope you get a good message out of it. What's this video about?
Runway.
Oh, all right. Here we are. I'm setting the pump up. I just wanted to say that and give a little background of it. But I brought my pump. I'm setting the runway up here, and we're going to pump it down. I got my buddy Javier, and we got Milton Jr. with me. Milton Jr. has been finishing in about 6 months, and the guy is just unbelievable. He's like a Javier Jr. almost. Javier's been training him, so he's almost good to go. I mean, as a full one guy, because he labored for me for about 3 months, and now it's just Javier and him. It's about 7 yards of runway here. My buddy didn't want me to port this thick, but they're independent and they're not connected, so I poured it a little bit thicker. They're at least 5 inches because he's going to be coming up the RV or whatever, his big truck, whatever. So when it's independent like that, it'll crack. So I just poured them thicker. 3,000 psi, microfiber, straight cement, same as usual. It's a really good mix to use. I guess in other parts of the country, when they have freeze areas and where the ground freezes 4 feet, you got to use a 4,000, evidently. I don't know why they don't put Zypex in the mix out there, which is a waterproofing agent. I thought about it when people call me from the Midwest and East Coast and said, "Oh, it freezes over here," and Zypex is a waterproofing agent, and no water will go through it. I've used it countless times. And if you tie it all together with rebar, it'd have to independent lift the whole slab because it'd be all one piece and no water would go through it, so the water would bleed the other way. I don't know if that would work. It's just an idea. So we're just pumping this down. Here's Junior rodding it. Javier had him rod the whole thing and just keep getting more and more and more experience. Finished pumping it down. Now we're going to wash it out. There I am there washing this out. I repainted my pump. I don't know if anyone noticed, but my buddy just rolled it with a roller. Looks clean till you get up close. Looks good from a distance anyway. So I should start. I'm feeling pretty comfortable. The COVID slowed things down the last month or two, so I was negotiating other deals anyway. So I had to research and talk to people, and now I'm going to go back to start bidding jobs and signing stuff. So I should start pumping videos out. I know where I'm going with it now, and I know where I want it to go, and I'm comfortable with doing them. There's my buddy Greg driving away. It's about 7 yards today. I probably ended up being 6.5. There's a new Power Stroke there. So Javier is going to Fresno this up. They're going to cut the joints. I think cut them 4 feet apart, maybe 5 feet apart. I'll have to see it when he joints it. I don't remember. And it's pretty basic. We did a mow curb with the pavers up above the next day. So we just stripped the forms. Generally, I strip the forms so I don't have to come back, throw them in my trailer or my truck and bring them to my yard. But we had to come back the next day anyway. And everybody seemed to be burned out from lack of doing anything recently. There's a extra pavers there. So I didn't show the mow strip, but it looked pretty nice. It had a lot of radius on it from the front door to the runners we just put up. And here's Javier cutting the joints up. Yeah, they're 5 feet. This is just a piece of cake. This is just a basic concrete job. These are beautiful. I mean, if you could keep doing ones like this, you can make a career out of it. You can make a really good living doing this. These sizes, you don't need a lot of guys. You guys don't are overworked. There's not a bunch of labor work there because he had like these blocks in the ground that the guy doing the grass took them out. So there's some minor grading to do. They're like 4 inches. So I brought the mini tractor, but I went to Home Depot and Javier graded it out, so I didn't film it. But he used the mini on it and just went up the runway. I want to say this runway is 4 feet, but it might be 3.5. So on a broom on it with no fly ash. The soils in California cracks off quick. I think I put an accelerant in it. I might have. I don't remember. I generally do in the winter. You don't have to, but with the straight cement, the way the ground is, it bleeds quick and it takes off pretty good. So we weren't there. It took about 3.5 hours from start to finish. It was done. He was brooming it. There it is there. Perfect RV access. Thank you very much for watching The Best in the West.